What's going on? What's going on? What's
What's
up, everybody?
happening
Good
to the
evening. Good
party
evening.
people?
Welcome to the live podcast. Don't wait to be great, guys. And welcome to Tuesday. It is Tuesday evening. So, good evening, everybody. Happy New Year. All of that good stuff. My name is Derek Forston. I'm one of the owner and founders of VA 101. So, as you guys know, every Tuesday we talk about virtual assistants and also digital flow solutions, which is the top CRM system in the world today when it comes to making sure your business is known about and is out to the public. So, again, if you're new to us or if you're just joining us, welcome one, welcome all. Every Tuesday, as I said, this is what we do. So, bring all your business questions because, again, today we talk about virtual assistants, upscaling your business by integrating the VA and digital flow solutions. As I said, one of the greatest social media and digital marketing platforms and CRM systems that you can ever have. So thank y'all so much for being here. Miss Shay, tell the folks who you are and
Good-
what you do.
Yeah, so good evening, everybody. I am Shay Forston, and I am the co founder at VA 101 as well as Digital Flow Solutions. And I am excited to talk about how we take your business to the next level, utilizing the virtual assistant as well as softwares and systems. Derek last year was on a binge and this rave about the way we're going to make it to that $1 million mark is through systems and virtual assistants. And we are on the road to making that happen, right? So, with that being said, we are taking a multitude with us, as Mom Forston would usually say, Derek. So tonight we are going to give you the insight on how we're going to do that with utilizing virtual assistants and our digital marketing solution and platform called Digital Flow Solutions. The great thing about it is, again, we own VA 101. We own Digital Flow Solutions. So, what we're able to do is combine the two and give you a virtual assistant that is well versed and educated in our marketing platform to make it an ease of use for you and your company and your corporation. So, tonight, go ahead, feel free to add any questions to the chat. If you have any questions, or if you have a business that you currently run, let me know and we can discuss it. We can talk about it. I know I have a little lag. I don't know what's going on, but like I said, if I'm skipping or cutting out, I'm sorry, guys. I've been trying to work on this computer all day to see what's going on with it, but nevertheless, I am ready to take your questions. Put them in the chat. Let us know where you're joining us from, what businesses you have, and what you're looking to get done in 2024 to help expand your business and get your name out there across all platforms to market yourself. Shortly, my virtual assistant and our live assistant will be joining us to even give even more information on digital flow solutions and how we can help. Derek, back to you.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And guys, Shay is always picking on me because I don't have an Apple computer. I don't have a
And my
Mac.
Apple is
And my
acting
computer
rotten.
is, I'm looking good. I'm bright. I'm shining. And there's no lag. But anyway, I'm not going to pick on her tonight because
He
she
can.
normally picks on me and my computer, but I won't do that tonight. Anyway, as I said, thank y'all so much for being here. So if you guys are tuning in from YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, or Clubhouse, welcome. Because again, as I said, every Tuesday night, man, we want you guys to bring your ideas and bring your businesses, even a business that maybe you're thinking about. And as I always tell y'all guys every Tuesday, that the cheat code to life and business is, first of all, keeping God first, but having some great systems and some help behind you. So when
100%.
I mean systems, I mean digital flow solutions, right? Everybody should kind of be behind that, right? No matter what industry you're in, digital flow solutions can help you because, as I said earlier, we actually build the website for you. And then now a lot of what we do, we're involving the virtual assistants in everything that we do. And I give tons of examples each and every week. So if you're new to us, I'm going to give some examples in terms of some of the kind of businesses that we have and some of the business that other people are doing now, just to spur some ideas in your mind. And guys, don't forget, again, the cheat code to the whole VA game is that these virtual assistants, guys, essentially work for $4 to $5 an hour. And that's the true cheat code to all of that. So just so that you guys also understand it now in terms of where they live at, which is in the Philippines and 12 hours away from where most of us live at,
13 right now.
$4 an hour to $5 an hour is really good for where they live at, right? It's actually a well-to-do family, right? Almost middle class, right? So most of them actually prefer to work for an American company to where they can make $4 or $5 an hour because the minimum wage of where they live at is like $1 an hour. So a lot of times when our team is interviewing this talent, meaning these virtual assistants from the Philippines and Nigeria and Egypt and Pakistan and all of these places where we employ them from, oftentimes they tell us they work for 90 cents an hour, $1 an hour. So their last job, right, was $2 an hour. So when we tell them $4 or $5 an hour and 5 days a week instead of 7 days a week, it's like they've hit the lottery. So I want you guys to really understand why we say that, but also where that comes from. So I always tell folks the cheat code to life and business. And we're going to talk about tonight how we involve these VAs within our life, our personal life, and our business. And I'll just throw two of them out really quickly. When Shay and I go out to dinner or get our back massages, we don't really set up that appointment. We don't set up the reservation to go and do that. Our virtual assistants do all of that stuff. So it can be as small as just calling to set me and Shay dinner reservations, or it could be her calling to set up an appointment for me to meet with the commissioner because I'm trying to house the homeless, right? Or it can also mean that I can start a business and literally turn it over to those virtual assistants and they run it. Most of you all knew, unless you're very new to us, Shay and I own about 8 different businesses, right?
Correct.
But how we're able to do that when it's just 2 of us, that means we have a team of other people that also help us. And again, the cheat code too is that most of the businesses that we have, guys, I'm really not involved in it. Shay is going to talk to you guys a lot tonight about a business called Digital Flow Solutions. I'm not involved in that business whatsoever, other than giving my opinion. Alex, which is one of our head VAs, and Shay, I'll admit Shay's very techie. I'm not. But I'm going to show you guys tons of businesses today that we have that I personally can't do. Prime example, Shay and I own a credit repair company. Guys, I can't repair credit. I can't even spell Equifax, right? I've never written a dispute letter. So how crazy is that I wanted to have a credit repair company to help people fix their credit to be better in life, but I personally can't do it. That's where I'm kind of smart at because I know how to leverage somebody else's skill set to get what we need done as a business or a ministry, right? Another example, my wife has a nonprofit organization and has not written one grant yet, but her virtual assistant has got multiple grants for her, right? Especially in 2023. So in 2024, we're praying and that everything stays the same, but Shay hasn't written one grant. That means that we have a grant writing service. We also have a business to where we write blogs and newsletters for people. I don't write blogs and newsletters. I'm a country boy from Florida. I don't even speak correctly most of the time. So how can I write blogs or newsletters for people? For one, we're going to use AI tools and virtual assistants. So we got a business where we write blogs and newsletters for people and their companies, but it's done by an AI tool and virtual assistants. I don't have time to do that. Out of the 8 businesses that Shay and I have, you know, the one I'm really good at and where most of my time goes to, doing this right here, talking and running my big mouth. So the coaching, the teaching, and the consulting, especially on the Forsted consultant side, when it comes to housing the homeless or the displaced, that's where most of my time is at. Even our digital marketing company, I'll land it here and hand it back over to Shay. The digital marketing company that we're talking about tonight, guys, our virtual assistants built that team. I, myself, and Shay thought of the vision. We wanted a digital marketing company. How crazy does that sound for a person like me that can barely turn on this computer? I'm not techie at all, but I want a digital marketing company. How crazy does that sound? But when I understand that Alex, who's on our team from Nigeria, that he's a whiz when it comes to techie stuff and web development, design, lead generation, building websites, all of these things. And you guys are going to meet Alex here in a minute. Alex don't know it yet, but Alex is going to present to you all next Tuesday. Alex don't know it yet. He's just not hearing this.
Sorry, Alex.
But Alex is going to build a PowerPoint and he is going to present to you all. Why would I speak to you all about virtual assistants and websites if I can't allow my VA to show you guys how it's done and let him present it to you? How genius is that? So again, Shay, I'm almost done.
Listen, I couldn't save you on that one.
Again, how crazy is it, Mr. Kenneth, that I would want a digital marketing company and I can barely turn this computer on. That's because I understand how to leverage somebody else's skill set to get what we need done. So it's a win-win situation. Alex loves this job and what this is, and we love what he does, and we need his help.
100%.
So it's a win-win situation for both of us. So again, I'll land my plane there. But again, guys, the cheat code to business and life is having virtual assistants. And what we're so proud of, the churches, the pastors, the bishops, and larger companies and the smaller CEOs are now catching on to it. Shay and I got a call just this week already for a church that's looking to turn their call center into this VA thing. Why pay eight people $14 an hour to answer the phones, and they're on TikTok and Instagram, not even paying attention, when they can come to us and get them for $5?
Yep.
Save a bunch of money and actually also generate income by making outbound calls. Shay, I'm done. I'm turning it over to you.
You just gave away a whole bunch of information. See, I can't keep him
I
quiet.
try to give away a lot in a small amount of time because see, Tuesday nights are really not. I'm not supposed to be talking that much, but y'all know I got a big mouth. But I'm gonna let you guys meet Alex, and then I'm gonna turn it back over to Shay, and I'm gonna just try to be quiet because I love Tuesday nights because it's all about business and how to grow. Shay?
So I'm gonna have Alex introduce himself. Alex, I'm gonna try to do something with my laptop. I don't know why my computer is acting crazy yesterday and today, but go ahead, introduce yourself and just explain, give everybody a brief overview of your role at Digital Flow Digital Flow Solutions, and how you assist Derek and I to build out some amazing things.
And if Shay don't come back quick enough, Alex, I'm gonna just jump right back in after you. So me and you go ahead, Alex.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Alex Chukwu, all the way from Nigeria. I'm a virtual assistant to Fosun Consultant and Digital Flow Solution. I'm also the live session assistant to Mr. Derek and Ms. Shay. What I do for Digital Flow Solutions is I design and manage the CRM of their customer base, and also we build out optimizable websites for businesses of all sizes, and we integrate this website with our amazing CRM, which is one of a kind. I mean, it has so many features that enable you to scale your business and also to get ahead in your game. There are so many features which we'll talk about much later tonight that Digital Flow Solution offers. So what I do, I work on the back end, and I try to look into, if you're coming into Digital Flow Solution, for instance, you have to fill out a form which helps us to assess your business. When you do that, then we're able to give you something that is optimized for your business and for your niche. Because in today's world, we believe that if your business is not online, you'll soon be out of business. Because literally everything we do these days, we need to go online and we need to search out for businesses online, opportunities online. So yeah, that is what I do. I mean, I manage the CRM. Also, we manage pipeline, build out workflows, automatic workflows that enables you, that gives you back your time. If there are like certain things that you often send to your customers, let me say, we can easily build that into snippets that with one click on our app, you can easily integrate all your social media and send out one information which is already pre-designed as a template, and it goes out to your customers. It's just a whole lot of things that we do using Digital Flow Solutions. So yeah, also as the live session assistant of Mr. Derek, if you have any questions tonight regarding Digital Flow Solutions or VA 101, feel free to drop them in the chat. As I'm going through it, I'm going to reply as soon as I can. Thank you so much. Over to you, Mr. Derek.
All right, good stuff, man. As you guys can see, man, Alex is amazing. If you guys thought that was amazing, put a thumbs up in the chat or a heart. Because as you guys can see, and I'll tell you right now, we laugh and we joke and we play a lot, but I want to be serious for 2 seconds. Everything that he just named that he can do, guys, I have no clue how to do any of that stuff. I'm just smart enough to know it, that you all as a business, you all need that. So as again, if you guys thought that was amazing, give me a thumbs up or a heart in the chat. Alex and I both will really appreciate it. And again, the major point that I want to make one more time, there's no way that we could run a digital marketing company without somebody like Alex. Because I just told you guys 5 minutes ago that I'm not very techie at all. So all of those skill sets that you heard with inside of what he does for us, guys, I can't do that. Alex's partner, who's also on our team, his name is Danish. Danish is actually from Pakistan. So who would have ever thought this little guy from Florida that was born and raised in Polk County, right, would actually be building a business that would employ people outside of the US? That's very exciting for us because it works on both sides, right? We venture and get these VAs to help people in the US, but we're also creating jobs outside of the US. So I think God is pretty cool the way he did that. Because we can't control that, right? I just know that on my vision board many years ago, I wanted to start a business, but I also wanted to offer people jobs, including some of the homeless or displaced people that we house. But on this side of it, I wanted to create jobs, and I really didn't have a preference of who that was going to be for. So we're just excited of how that works. Thank you, Alex, again for doing that. And just right here on the spot, you all are getting ready to see, and you all heard it. But Alex, next week, I want you to build a PowerPoint, kind of how I do when I present to folks. And I want you to build a PowerPoint again in terms of what is digital flow solutions, but even more important, why is it important for people to have it if they have a business? I want people to understand on that same PowerPoint that you're going to build the website. You and your team, you guys are website developers. You guys are going to build the website. So I want to make sure that people understands that. And I also want people to understand, Alex, that we used to charge just 5 minutes ago, $900 for a website premium and $600 for a basic. That's over with. If you're on this YouTube live, Facebook or Twitter or Clubhouse, congratulations, because you're the first one to hear it. There is no more websites from us that is $900 or $600. We literally are going to build that website for $97. And there's also a way to get it for free. But I want to talk about, there's two ways, and I'm going to give it back to Shay if she's coming back on. But as y'all can see, I have no problem running my mouth. Now it's only $97. And now instead of you trying to go to GoDaddy or Wix or all those confusing places that you can't call a 1-800 number and get in touch with nobody, we're now going to host a website as well. So now you can just pick up the phone and call Alex. Hey, Alex, man, think about making a few changes. I know for the last 6 months, our image was gold and green. We're thinking about going to that beige and blue now. Everybody's saying beige and blue is popular. So now you're able to contact somebody who you're able to actually speak to. Most of y'all feel like y'all family to us anyway. Y'all don't know nobody at Wix. So why not be family to us? So again, congratulations to every one of y'all, because y'all the first people that are hearing this. We haven't even changed the website yet. I think we still have it on our regular website for $900 and $600. And somebody just bought one a couple of days ago. But watch this. Now, if you are here and you need a website, no matter what business you do, most people that find us know that we house the homeless and the displaced. So if you do that, or if you bake chocolate chip cookies, or if you fry chicken and you sell it, or if you're a consultant or you babysit, no matter what you do, if you're an artist, you're a rapper, you're a singer, whatever you do, you're a painter, you're in construction, you're a pastor, you're a priest, you're a bishop, you have a church organization. We're mixing all of this together now. I'm proud that my church has even tapped into it. They're getting VAs now, right? So I love it when people catch on to things that we've been screaming for years. No different from us housing the homeless and the displaced. We screamed that for years before people really caught on to it. But now it's all over the place.
Yeah.
Just like the digital flow solutions and these virtual assistants. So I'm going to land my plane. Joanne, good to see you.
She just said it. She says, I'm officially a DFS girl.
Exactly.
On,
Joanne's like the number 1 or 2. Like, it's kind of early.
Yep.
So Joanne is one of the pioneers of that. She's also an I Love Master Blueprint member.
Yep.
So big shout out to Miss Joanne, who does actually a litany of things. Watch this now. I'm going to show you how this works. Now, just so happens, Joanne is also like us. She houses the homeless, the displaced, battered women, and all of that stuff. But Joanne also is in real estate just in general. She's also working on some new businesses that are not kind of unveiled yet. But she wanted a website for her housing program.
Yeah.
So she chose it at a great time. She didn't pay 900 or 600. She paid $97 today.
Why you telling all Joanne's business?
Because I want the people to know, Shay, it's not 900. Joanne just 2 weeks ago would have paid me 900.
Joanne, please
congratulations for not paying us 900 and paid 97. And I think Joanne chose the package that's $87 a month. That's what Shay and Alex are going to talk to y'all about now, is what comes with the website once you get it. Once we host it, what can I do with that website? Can I send campaigns?
100%.
Can I advertise?
100%.
Can I create invoices?
Yes.
What can I do with this website? So I'm going to turn it back over to you guys. Shay is back. That's my cue to shut up. If you're enjoying the information so far, though, and if you're getting kind of the gist of what Tuesday nights are about, put a thumbs up in the chat and let's keep it moving.
Listen, I am excited to talk about Digital Flow Solutions and what it does. I want to share my screen so bad, but I'm a little bit afraid because I got things looking like they're working right, Alex. They might be working. So give me 2 seconds to get that up. But I do want to talk about a text message that Alex just sent me. And this is a prime example of utilizing the workflows and the processes. Prime example, Alex, explain to them what, if they do something, what will take place. I want you to explain that workflow so that they understand what happens on the back end and what they can be privy to if they utilize Digital Flow Solutions.
Absolutely. So, like right now, we've been sharing our website on previous sessions. Like last week and last 2 weeks, we've been sharing our screen and showing our website and our packages, and we discovered that a lot of people kind of get confused with all the features that we're talking about, the way it's listed on the website. They kind of get confused. So we actually took time to build out an explainer PDF that has all the necessary tools, all the features written down with what they do, so you can actually just read them through. So right now, what I just sent Michelle is a confirmation that if they send CRM to this number that is on the lower side of the screen, if they send CRM to that number, they're going to automatically get the PDF and also a link to book a free business assessment call with us. So all those is automated. I just finished the automation for that, and I'm letting her know so they can confirm that. Yeah.
So let's test it. I mean, Alex just built this on the fly while we started the room. So, and literally I got the notification on my Apple Watch while I was messing with my computer. So for all of you that are under the sound of my voice, go ahead and text the phrase CRM, the letters CRM to the phone number 407-809-8215. I want you to go ahead and send that CRM to that phone number. And I want you to see what happens when you have a virtual assistant that is vastly educated by Digital Flow Solutions development team and developers that knows how to now go into the CRM and build out these workflows and automations without having to literally tell y'all, hey, text me or send me an email and I'll send you an email right back. I want you to go ahead and text CRM to the phone number 407-809-8215 and let me know when you all are doing it, because I'm getting it on my watch. So as you see, I have access to know what's going on.
So imagine if that's your business, actually. And again, correct, no matter what you do, okay?
Exactly. I'm trying to see who did it, but let me not look for my watch. Let me check my trusty phone. So I've literally received a couple, Alex. Let's see.
About 2 people.
Yep, and someone just did it, but they did CRY. So let's see who that was. Yeah, so this is the exciting part about workflows and automations. Perfect. So now you are in the system. Our team's going to send you this information, and you get to see what Digital Flow Solutions literally has and houses, what our products, what our program does, and how we can then get you on a call. You can now book us a call with me so that I can look at your business and see and assess to see what plan works best for you. So I'm excited about that. Alex, thank you for building that out super quickly. That was thank you. So Alex is the one of the many key features of Digital Flow Solutions at Digital Flow Solutions. So he helps us build out everything and get it modified to make sure that it works well for the end user. So let us know in the chat, in the comments, if and when you've received your free PDF. Go ahead and speak to us about it and let
Yeah,
us
type
know.
in the word
Let
I
us know.
received or something like that. We want to know. This is cool that we're doing this live. And again, I always just like to say, because we keep saying digital flow solutions, but imagine your business being able to do this to, contact your customers with, again, whatever you do.
They got this thing going
Right.
crazy.
So if you've ever dreamed of a business and you really hadn't got the footprint, meaning the website, this is a great opportunity to get your website built for $97, right? And then the lowest plan starts at $37 a month. So a lot of what you're seeing in this workflow is probably in that $37 a month plan.
Yeah.
Now, Alex and Shay will bring up the slide here in just a second to show you all what's involved in it. And I'm real big on making sure that we're not losing anybody. So if you're following us, great, put following. But if you're lost and you have no clue what we're talking about, we want to make sure that we break that down for you. Because
I
again, that's
also
what we specialize in, to make sure that you guys understand.
And also do me a favor, text me back your first and last name as well. So that way when you interact with our CRM, and that's probably, and I'm gonna do something really quick. Alex, let's modify this process. So here I'm
Mhm.
allowing y'all to see what it looks like to collaborate with your virtual assistant. I found something that I kind of don't so much so like. So let's build out a form or have a form built that gives us their first and last name and email address. So that way, if the
Mhm.
file is too big for their cell phone, it can automatically go to the email as well. So they can get an email copy of the PDF. So if you do that
It's.
for us,
I think I already made it for the text on the email,
okay, perfect.
but
But let's
because we
also
don't
get
have
a
their email, so they are not getting it. They are not getting the email version of it.
perfect. But I still want to get them, I want to get their first and last name in our system because what I'm seeing is the phone numbers and no information. So I'm asking everybody, please send me a message with your first and last name
Yep.
so I can put a name to the number.
And we
So
should have
that
said
way,
that the first time, actually, like
yeah.
put that with your name in it. But
But
sorry,
live
but
test.
it's live, and that's the part
This is a
I
live
love,
test.
that you guys are also seeing that this is what your business could do. I also love that
100%.
feature where as soon as you go to your website, again, no matter what you do, you got that text widget at the bottom, because a lot of people are afraid to call your business to ask stuff by phone. So and now today everybody wants to text. So I love it now that that's one of the main features. Again, even on the $37 a month plan for the hosting, that's actually a part of that text widget. So as soon as somebody pulls up your website, they can immediately start texting and it goes directly to your cell phone. Yep. So you never miss a message. Or if you got a team of VAs, that can go to Alex. But as you seen, Shay got it. I think I got it on my watch, and Alex for sure is going to get it. Right. So, and so far,
100%.
Shay, everybody's following and nobody's lost, and a few
Yep.
people are saying received.
Yeah, I
So
have
this is
some
perfect.
people in the system that must have did a do not disturb via text, so you will not get it. I just tried to read. I just removed it from your account, so you may get it. Alex, can you review
And
that
that's
for me?
also just as a small little nugget. As a business, you have to offer that. You have to offer people the
To do
ability
not
to
disturb.
opt out
Yes.
or do not disturb, right? That's just a
Yeah.
business thing. So if you never knew that, so when you guys get emails and it says unsubscribe or don't bother me, check here, by law, we have to do that.
Yeah.
We can't just spam you. So
Yeah, and our
yeah.
system will actually boot you out immediately. So this is awesome. Give me a second. Ken asks, how can I see everyone here? Are you on your phone, Ken, or are you on what are you using?
And you should be able to see 3 people on the screen right now. So
Correct.
everybody else is not on stage, but you should see me.
And I'll be
I'm
adding
the
Miss
bald
Angela.
guy. You should see Shay with the really long hair, and you should see Alex who has a really long beard. So that's who we
Nice
are.
definitions,
And
right?
then we're going to bring Angela up because I think Angela is also
She's
down here.
here,
We got to bring
yeah.
her up. So you'll also see Angela.
Hello,
So
hello.
anybody that has purchased the ILF Mastery Blueprint, um, that's kind of part of this too, right? So you just kind of pick your plan at that point, but the website's also included. Miss
Awesome.
Angela, good evening. How you doing today?
Hey y'all, how are you?
Doing good. Can't
Can't
complain at all. How about
complain.
yourself?
I can't either.
Good stuff. Any questions, any concerns? Or you just glad to be here? You just joining us or talk to us?
I am just joining. It was a long day at work today, but Shay knows I love the DFS talks. Like I cannot wait until it
Good
is my
stuff.
turn. I am ready.
Angela, with that being said, just in case if anybody may be lost, can you tell them what you're looking forward for DFS to either do for you or your business? What's some plans you have?
So my name is Angela, and I am a full-time employee, but I also run three businesses on the side. So I am looking for digital flow solutions to put some organization in my life. I also, as an IMB member, have access to a virtual assistant that I need to get set up. So, using digital flow solutions will also help me have things like the phone number and the website. So, because in order for my virtual assistant to make phone calls for me, because he or she will live in another country, the Philippines, which is 9,000 miles away, they need to be able to have a phone system. I learned that previously when I was utilizing a virtual assistant. Also, if I need them to do email campaigns for me, they need to be able to use the website because they can't do it from their own system and have the IP address show that they are from another
100%.
country. So, the things that I am looking forward to is to have all of my clients in one space. Organization is big for me. And so I feel like I spend my breaks and lunches and mornings and evenings trying to get myself together. I am looking forward to not creating any more of my own content. I do that all
100%.
myself now for three businesses. So I'm looking forward to not creating my own content. I'm actually looking forward to teaching someone and letting them learn the heart of what I do. And hopefully, he or she will have a similar heart, um, and be able to help thrust forward because now I'm at the point where I'm paying for ads or, and so I would like to get some additional feedback from them and some help so I can take a break.
Thank you so much for saying that because
Exactly.
you said something I
Yeah.
want to really key down on. And this should be the highlight for everybody, even if you're struggling with the understanding. And Joanne also said this. Angela just piggybacked on it. Watch
Yeah.
this. Most of us, including me and Shay, to run a business, we needed multiple different systems. That means Shay and I had over 7, 8, 9, 10
We
different
had a lot.
subscriptions for different things. Digital Flow Solutions does it all. I even put it in the chat, including the telephone, the text messaging, ingoing and outgoing phone calls. Right? I used to have Podia. If you guys know anything about Podia, not the one that people use for real estate, but Podia literally hosted all of my courses, my classes, my ebooks, all of that stuff is in one place now. So if you're an author or you're somebody that does long form content like us, everything that we do is recorded. So my VAs usually chop, like even tonight's room, we're usually here for 90 minutes. My VAs are going to chop this video up 155 times. That's why people find us on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and Pinterest all the
Yeah.
time because of the advertising and the team of it. And now instead of having to post individually everywhere, Digital Flow Solutions also allows my team to post on all of those places with one click of a button. It's in one place. So no more just going to Instagram, logging out, going to TikTok, logging out, going to Pinterest, logging out, going to YouTube. It's all in one place. Alex said earlier, this is an all-in-one platform. So your social media, your lead generation. What is lead generation? That means no matter what you do, how do we get customers in? Some people like paid ads. Some people love the organic stuff. This system does both. So again, I always jokingly use the term, I don't care if you bake chocolate chip cookies and that's your business. I love cookies too, y'all. I'm trying to stop. But, or if you're a consultant or you're a painter or you're in real estate, or no matter what you do, digital flow solutions should at least be something you consider, because most of the people that just go and get a website, they just go to Wix and still are charged 30 and 40 bucks a month just to host it with no extra tools.
Right.
At least if you come to digital flow solutions, well, we got packages and a la carte stuff. A lady called us just last week and said, well, Derek, can I just get the text messaging and the phone? She jumped on one of those discovery calls and found out that if you just get this small package right here, it has it all anyway. So why go a la carte? So if nothing else, if you remember anything else tonight as well, guys, remember, you get a free strategy call to yourself. We're talking as a group and as a family tonight. But if you want your own phone call, I think it's down there at the bottom. I don't know. But there's a way to text that and say, hey, I want a strategy call. Shay and Alex will meet with you. And if Shay busy, it's going to be Alex. Right? So we can get down to the nitty gritty in terms of what you're trying to do and which one would be the best plan for you.
Correct.
Now, Alex and Shay, I'm not sure if you guys are going to pull that
So you're good.
slide up now
One,
or later or what.
Yeah, give me a quick. I do see a question. It says, what DFS what can we do for an IDD group home? So it just really depends. We have to jump on a strategy call or a business assessment call to see what your needs are. So I'm going to literally walk through and comb through what you do, and what accesses or portals or workflows, anything that you may need. Prime example, we have independent living facilities, which are non-licensed group homes, right? No
Put in the
oversight.
chat, by the way, what is IDD group home?
IDD, it's
Check
like
on
a
it.
limited, very low oversight group home. So again, with that being said, we just go through your processes. We look at how we can streamline the things that you do day to day manually. And we look at how we can then involve a workflow or a process improvement that will help make that a lot less on you, like you know what I'm saying? So it makes it a lot less hands off for you. So that's what we'll do with that.
And if I also understand the question correctly, Miss Tima, are you completely new to us or have you been around
So it's
before?
intellectually disabled.
So that's highly oversighted.
Yeah, it is. I got the wrong information. Sorry.
And Miss G, if you can just put into the chat, because that way it'll help me kind of form this next statement. Are you new to us completely or have you been around? Because I want to answer your question actually in two different ways. New to us. So one thing that you do want to catch us, Miss G, is every Monday, meaning yesterday, you want to catch that replay. That's literally kind of what we talk about. So we do something like Shay said is ILF, so independent living facility. I'd imagine it's the opposite of what you do.
Yeah.
So our clients are completely independent. There's no staff. I can start one tomorrow and I don't need anybody's permission per se. I'm sure the model that you're doing right there has a lot of oversight. There's a lot of licensures probably. You had to jump through a bunch of red tape. And if I'm wrong, you tell me. But with that population, I'd bet $1 million on that. But to answer the other side of your question, what can DFS do for your group home is give you a presence. So that website presence, also your social media. So if you're super new to us, when you get time, or if you got a second cell phone or a tablet, go to Second Chance Housing. That's my personal independent living facility program. And that can be found on Instagram or Facebook. And kind of look at what we're doing there in terms of the social media. I got a guy like Alex that's posting that stuff every day. So I personally don't have time, but I'm not that good at it in terms of posting that social media. But back to your original question, that's what DFS can do for you. All those email campaigns to the social service people, the social workers and the case managers, or who's ever referring to you. Imagine having them in your CRM system, right? Attached to a newsletter or a blog that's keeping them abreast of what's going on with your program, your census, your bed availability. So when asking what can it do for that, it's going to give you a presence and it's going to keep everything in one place, including your social media invoices. So I'm not sure how you charge currently right now, but I guarantee you use a couple different systems to do this business. Imagine having digital flow solutions for everything I just named, and a lot of stuff that I don't even know yet because we haven't talked yet. So if I were you, I would book a call with Shay and Alex.
Yeah,
Miss Shay?
absolutely. And then also it just depends on how streamlined. Again, I know through HIPAA and all of that stuff, we can integrate some HIPAA compliance workflows and processes in that as well. So it is HIPAA regulated. We do have, parts of our CRM that will truly comply with all of the necessary HIPAA and regulatory agency compliance. So that's something that we can look at as well and just see what you need. Just a needs assessment will be necessary for that. Um, I do see a question from Cash Wallace, and he stated, if I have a CRM that currently does multiple services, can I continue using it and still work with you?
Hmm.
It does website CRM, calls, mass test, smart list, social media, etc. I would want to know more about that CRM, because again, what you don't want to do is try to start bridging gaps, right? I tell people all the time, Derek and I were famous for it. We tried to create bridges from all of our different CRMs and softwares that we were using to speak to another, and it caused some gaps in the process and just became expensive and bothersome, right? So again, it would just need to know what you're utilizing, how we can even tell you what will be beneficial to add to it or take away from it. But again, it's just automatically just a phone call of you scheduling that strategy call, that assessment, business needs assessment call, and letting us walk through that process with you and seeing what you're currently using. And if you're even actually effectively using it, right? You may be with a CRM company that gives you a lot of bells and whistles. You may be locked into a plan with that company that initially suited you for what you were doing, and you may need to either opt up or opt out. That's what we ended up having to do with our old CRM. We had a system that we were using very, very, very aggressively for over about 2 years, and it did what we thought was everything. Yes, it provided us with text messaging. Yes, it provided us with campaigns. Yes, it provided us with its own personal payment processor that did ACHs and all of this amazing stuff, right? But ultimately it still limited us on the number of our reach. Our CRM is pretty big. So when it got to the point where they were limiting us for the number of contacts we could have, they limited us for the number of employees that we can have on the internal system. We were limited on how many campaigns we could send out. We were limited to all this stuff. And anytime we went over, they charged us $1 per campaign. But if you have a CRM that's as large as ours is, with over 5,000 plus individuals in one system, that gets expensive. So what we wanted to do was find something that will grow with us and that would allow us to expand. And when we did the math in regards to what it would take for us to opt up into, another tier of their CRM, it was a waste of money because it didn't expand the amount of things that we would need efficiently. So we would have still ended up going over in campaigns, going over in text messages, going over in everything that we were doing because of the size of our actual the people in our system. So it's all about knowing what you're using. If you're working with somebody or you have a rep based on your CRM, and this is just me being fully transparent, call them. Find out what it is that you're paying for, what is their next level or their tier up, and shop around. I tell people all the time, I'm one that was very scared to transition from one CRM to the next until we built our own, right? And that's when I said, you know what, Derek, I am 100% on board with doing it. Excuse me. The transition was very easy, actually. It ended up being a lot easier than we thought. The only thing that made it difficult for us, or it took a longer period of time for us, was because we were building out a lot of things that we did not have in the old system. And we looked at our processes and we were able to streamline and rebuild our processes. And that's what made it better and more effective and more efficient for us. So, in regards to digital flow solutions, possibly being the CRM that you need, I'm going to say schedule that call. Let's talk about it. Let's walk through what you're doing. what task are you wanting to become more hands off with, and then let's see if there's a way for us to even allocate a virtual assistant to your business as
Yep,
well
that's what I was
through
going
the
to say. Yep.
process to be able to learn the bulk of it and help you build and grow within your CRM. I always say look for a system or look for a software that has your end goal in mind. What is your end goal for your entity? Do you want to have, a CRM of over 100,000 people? Build for your end goal, shoot for your end goal, and that way you'll be at a place where you don't have to continue to chop and change to modify your reach or be able to adequately provide the things that you need for that system of people that is in your CRM. So I hope that answered your question,
Yep.
Cash. I hope that answered your question. And if so, and you want to book a call with us, do me a favor and text CRM to the phone number
It's
sorry
at the
guys,
bottom there.
407
Y'all pray for
809
my honey. She trying to get rid of this cough, y'all.
8215. Listen, I need stock in Ricola. Okay. That's how bad it is. But anyway, God is good. I'm alive and I'm still kicking, right?
And
I
also,
don't
I
feel
just
sick.
want to chime in kind of to what Shay said. So even from the question that you asked too, now our goal is when you get on this call, like Shay said, the whole purpose of it is to strategize to see, is it worth you keeping what you have?
Right.
Or do we merge you over to Digital Flow Solutions? But if you get on the phone with and say, Alex, man, Alex, I really love this system and I actually don't mind it, Alex, but I do want a virtual assistant. So we do get some people, not many folks, but some people say, well, Derek, I'm cool with the system I have, but
Right.
I do need a virtual assistant though, because Derek, I understand the system and I'll just teach it to the VA. So I'm going to even answer your question on the other side of it. If you've fallen in love with this system, even after talking to my team, and you still want to keep it because you said in your question, and can I still work with you? Absolutely. We're not going to turn
100%.
that down because we're also business coaches.
Yeah.
So regardless of what you do and what you're in, if you have fallen in love with that system, we still got your back on the coaching. We're just going to probably push for you to now get that virtual assistant.
Yes.
But the cheat code of getting kind of, especially when the people choose that icon level, I think that's the top level. We actually gift you with a virtual assistant. You don't even pay for it. So there's 3 levels of it once you get the website or you choose a plan. But the third level, I think it's called Icon. And if I'm wrong, Alex will tell me. That one, you don't even pay for it. We give you the virtual assistant because we want to train them. We want your VA to come train from us of how to run this system. Okay.
Correct.
And this is my favorite slide of all because this is where they're actually able to show you all everything that we've been talking about and how can you fit it inside of a plan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say one more thing and I'm gonna give it back over to Shay. Remember,
100%.
with one of these plans, we're going to build your website for $97, guys. And again, just 15 minutes ago, our websites were $900 for a premium and $600 for a basic. Now that's all scratched out, and you guys are the first ones to hear it. So now it's only $97, and now we're going to host it. And again, think about what this whole room is about today. Upscaling your business by integrating a VA and digital flow solutions.
Yeah.
So I'm not afraid to tell all y'all that our VAs built this business. The logo, the branding, the color scheme. Alex built this entire website.
He sure did.
Please, when you guys get a chance and go through and check it out, because I want you all to see exactly why we have these Tuesday night rooms. I don't have time to build a website, neither do I know how to do it. I didn't have time to do the branding, pick the color scheme. Alex did all of this using AI tools and finding out what was the best name for this business. Not the name that Derek liked, not the name that Shay thought was real cute. Alex did research and used real AI tools to figure out what's the best name for a business like this so that when people Google us for services, we pop up at the top.
Yeah, the SEO optimization.
Come on, guys.
That was a bomb too.
Like,
yeah.
I hope y'all really getting this, guys. And again, the cheat code to all of this is the affordability of it. And remember, it's a no-brainer on both sides because Alex enjoys doing what he does and rather work for one of y'all, or excuse me, Alex ain't for any of y'all, but these VAs rather work for some American guy or some American lady versus working in their country for nowhere near what we're paying. I rest my case. SEO optimization, Miss Angela said.
100%. So there's actually a virtual assistant that was in the chat asking how they can connect with us for virtual assisting job opportunities. So I would like for you to actually email. Ah, heck, what is Tara's email?
Admin.
Admin at forstonconsultants.com, and she can assist you in that. So that's admin at Forston Consultants. Alex, if you can put that in the chat for me, please.
And I'm gonna just do a really short commercial because I want to make sure that I respect all of our new people.
Absolutely.
Most people that know us, guys, know us for housing the homeless and the displaced. So if you're here for that, make sure you catch our rooms on every Monday and Saturdays. So every Monday we discuss how to house the homeless, meaning that you're gonna either buy a property, lease a property, or rent a property, and you're gonna make connections with social workers and case managers to house the homeless and the displaced, or anybody that receives a guaranteed income. That's every Monday. You don't have to own the property, right? There's no license required. And I don't have to go and ask ACA and DCF and all of those people for permission. I can start one of these tomorrow, right? Every Tuesday, we talk about business, how to better your current business or the new one that you got in your brain.
Yeah.
And how can we interject a virtual assistant inside of it for somewhere around $5 an hour to change your life and your business. And then every Saturday, we talk about how to house the homeless and the displaced, but you don't want to buy a property or rent one or lease one. We teach people how to do something that's called HRA, to where you become a housing referral agency, to where you never need the property, never have to buy one or rent one, but you still take phone calls every day and you refer those clients out to other people and you make a referral fee. Prime example, and I'll land my plane here. I have about 7 beds available as of today between all of my ILFs. All of you in this room today can utilize a virtual assistant or do it yourself. And y'all can start referring to me tomorrow, and I'll gladly pay up to $300 per referral. That's what the housing referral agency is. Thank y'all so much for being here. Now back to the show. Miss Shay?
Absolutely. So tonight I do want to go in a little bit. I'm gonna let Angela pick the I'm gonna throw you on the spot, Angela. Talk to me. What is one of the items that we provide through Digital Flow Solutions that you want to know more about? Just take a stab at it.
I actually like the one where it sends a voicemail. I think it's the voiceless call. I like that where it sends the voicemail. And I would like to ask, how would I be able to integrate the voiceless call um, in between the businesses? Like, would I send the voiceless call to just like a set of numbers? How does it work?
So it can work in a number
So
of ways.
explain what it is first and just pretend that
Absolutely.
nobody knows what that even is and then go into it.
Absolutely. So it's really considered a ringless voicemail. So what ends up happening is, your numbers in that CRM, you if you have a message that you want to get out to your client, instead of them seeing that you called and they had a missed call, what ends up happening is this ringless voicemail does exactly that. It creates a voicemail notification on the phone of the individual, and it literally says whatever you want it to say. So it's your voice recorded. It can be Derek's voice recorded, whoever you choose to have record that message, and it sends out that way. Now you can create so many different opportunities for a ringless voicemail, and it just depends on how you want to utilize it. So, prime example, if you want to utilize it on an initial touch, like let's say someone joins and fills out a contact card on your website, you
Mm-hmm.
can create or have your virtual assistant create a workflow that automatically sends a ringless voicemail in response to that completed form, welcoming that person into your business, giving them a brief overview via voicemail of, here's the expectations, this is what's going to happen next, blah 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 blah. Or you can create something like a ringless voicemail that goes out as a birthday, happy birthday, to the people that have, you can create a birthday workflow or a birthday automation that you send them a voicemail. Hey, I heard it's your birthday. I am so sorry. I wasn't able to catch you, but I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday from all of us here at Forston Consultants. We love you. May God bless you in this new year, and be blessed. So you can create that ringless voicemail to go in any type of workflow automation that you want. The
Well,
options are endless.
I like that it's in a workflow, because now that you're saying it and explained exactly what it does, my mind is actually going further now. Because um, I sent 3 messages over to just today, because I had 10 from the weekend, from the live that I did over the weekend that talked
Okay.
about Derek's openings. But also, I've been answering, because of the season that it's in for another business, I've been answering phone calls all day. And most of them are, did you receive my information? Did you receive my information? And so if I had this would be great, because I can, if it was in the workflow, as soon as it was there, I could say, thank you, I have your information, and this is what we do next. So I'm more excited about it
So
now.
even let's take it a step further, right? That is even a faster, instead of them making a phone call, what you can now do is say, listen, when they come in and they're already a client of yours, you can now have your VA create other workflows or triggers like you saw that we did today. If it's something that they're working on, you build out that whole workflow. So we'll sit down, whatever business this is, because we're already doing this. So what
Mm-hmm.
we'll do is we'll sit down and look at that whole process. And at what part in that process are there responses needed? And what are the quick responses? With the quick responses, we can now integrate that trigger that now sends them to the next step or gives
Mm-hmm.
that response, whether it's via text message, email. We build it out that way. So it doesn't have to be a ringless voicemail. It can now become more of a text message interaction, which is
Okay.
going to be even quicker and more. To me, you'll get a faster response
Yeah.
and more engagement, because people usually wait longer to check their voicemails.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and if they don't have the number saved in, the likelihood that they're going to listen to the voicemail is highly unlikely. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So
Yeah.
when you're looking at it, you rather use your spend on the SMS than you will the phone call or the message, the ringless voicemail. I rather you utilize um for the quality and the quality of
Mm-hmm.
response than having, a fancy way of being able to just send a ringless voicemail. I think the ringless voicemail is more of your birthday, your anniversary things, more of the things that,
Or it could
can
be, I
do.
mean, it
You
could
can
be
do
a
whatever.
sale,
Yeah.
it could be a thank you. Because
Yeah.
Angela, our other coach, I remember, because in case if you guys don't know, Angela and I also share another coach, right? But Angela, one time I bought a product from our other coach and immediately got a ringless voicemail. And I only knew it was a ringless voicemail because I'm actually in the business. And I was like,
Yeah.
you didn't call me. I just got a voicemail. But it was more of a thank you. It was like, hey, Derek, man, thank you very much. I see that you just downloaded the data, the data, the data.
Yeah.
But for people that don't know that, imagine how good that makes your customers feel, that as soon as they bought your product that they spend their hard-earned money on, you called, or so they thought,
Correct.
Yes.
you called and
Yes.
gave them a thank you.
Yeah.
How genius is that?
Yeah,
That's a
and
hundred.
see, I thought
Now,
about that for the other one, for the third one, where people do buy tangible products from me, right? So
exactly,
as soon as they cash out, it'll give them a message. Yes,
exactly.
A
every
hundred.
time we
And
buy
that's
a
called the
product,
workflow. Yep.
yeah, every time we buy a product from our coach,
Yep.
it does the same thing.
Yep. Yep. So, and another thing, just on another smaller but kind of the same example, because I love to try to make sure people understand this. Imagine if you came to Digital Flow Solutions. I'm even use my buddy from earlier. He's already got a system. We meet a lot of people that have a system that have 800, 900, 1500 contacts, but they never send any emails out.
Nothing.
They
Mm.
never use it. One of the things that we're going to push you to do is when you come to us and you already got a database of people, let's just say you sell sweatshirts. It's really cold right now and it's cold everywhere. Let's just say everybody know that you sell these sweatshirts for usually 50 bucks. But now you just sending a ringless voicemail to 1,500 people that says, hey, Brad, man, just wanted to let you know, man, you've been hanging around us for so long, and we usually 50 bucks per sweater, but for this week, we're only doing it for 30 bucks, man. And just wanted to make sure that you knew about it. Imagine you sending that to 1,500 people
Yeah.
and you didn't have to call them. Imagine 300 of those people say, oh man, I missed a call from Angela. Let me check this message.
100%.
Everybody checks their messages. Call me a liar. Anybody call me a liar, I dare you. Everybody want to check that missed call or that missed voicemail. Most of us, right? Imagine 300 people check it and 150 people not buy that sweater at $30.
Yes. Yes.
That's what that ringless voicemail can do. Now, do you all get that example? Like, I tried to make that one simple.
There's so many
It's so many ways.
And that's what makes it fun, is because you've got options to build. And that's what I love about Digital Flow Solutions. Like every week, I meet with Digital Flow Solutions team, if not every Monday on Tuesday.
Man, I got another one I just thought of. Shay, I'm so sorry.
Jesus.
I gotta jump in. I gotta jump in front of Shay.
Go ahead.
There's a feature in this thing that when somebody clicks on anything within your business, they become like this lead. Imagine all of the 15 people that maybe just clicked or glanced on that sweater that you're selling. All of those people get the voicemail now about whatever you want that to say, because you know that they're interested.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I hope y'all understand that too, because again, this system, Digital Flow Solutions, is taking your analytics of who's clicking on certain things. Like Alex told y'all earlier, type in the word CRM. Whoever did that, y'all don't know it, but y'all in our system as maybe a lead that maybe is interested in buying something or having some kind of contact with us. Tomorrow, y'all know it now, but what if we send a ringless voice and saying, hey, you know what? Thank you so much for joining us last night in our live. I know I told you that startup fee was only $97. I want to be a blessing. For only $47, we're going to build that website and still let you choose your package. And by the way, if you respond by the next 4 hours, we're going to throw in a virtual assistant with it.
100%.
See how I threw in all of that stuff?
So it's
and it didn't take my staff to do it. It was a voicemail that I sent to 1,500 people with one click.
So I have a question about that.
Real quick, hold that. Remember that question. Don't change that question. But I do want to say this. But this is one of the things that we see as business consultants, not just ILF consultants. We see that a lot of people leave things on the table when it comes to the CRM. People don't realize how much money your CRM and your contacts are worth when you communicate with them effectively. Cash Wallace says, that's me. I have not taken full advantage of the contacts, the resources I have due to the lack of follow-up. And that's the thing. A lot of people don't realize the money's in the follow-up. Those people that communicate with you, like prime example, our team will start meeting weekly to discuss what is our plan for follow-up. And that's a weekly thing, because the follow-up has to look different every week. And then we create a process or a workflow that now only thing we have to change is the aesthetic of what we're sending or what we're doing, right? So again, it's just knowing your system, knowing what it can do for you and how you can benefit from what it can do for you. So having a virtual assistant or a team of virtual assistants that you can literally, not even lack of follow-up, having a team of virtual assistants that can go ahead and go off and do some research and then come back to you and say, hey, this is the idea. I realize that we can do this, and this. Let's plan out the first this. You know what I'm saying? And then let's plan out what we can do next. So ongoing meetings are going to be, are necessary with your team in order to make sure that you are utilizing your CRM effectively. When we had gotten our first set of VAs and we had our old CRM, it allowed me the time, because I'm the techie person, it gave me the time to understand and learn the CRM and now be able to see what it can do for us and how I can now bring my team together and show them, hey, this is the next thing we need to attack because this opportunity is available to us through our CRM. Okay. So Angela, back to your question.
So when Derek was talking about imagine buying something and you click through the workflow and you just clicked it and now you're in like a lead generating system, it made me think, you know how when you go on different websites and you look at something and it says, hey, you forgot to check out or you forgot to do this. Is that the same thing?
Correct. You can do all that. That's all a part of a workflow.
Okay.
That's so a left something in cart.
She almost described that bump up.
No, that's not a bump. That's you left something in your cart.
Okay.
That's a left in cart
Yes.
bump.
Yes. You left something in your
Mhm.
cart. Yes.
Or
Okay.
are you
Yep.
still interested? All of that stuff.
Or
Yep.
the bump ups, meaning that you actually got somebody to come to your website to buy that sweater. But now instead of buying that hat that's normally $30, oh, since you bought the sweater, you just unlocked a great deal. Now get this hat for $10. So you just kind of keep
Mm.
people to, that's called a bump up. We're now integrating things like
Yeah,
that.
our bumps have
Yep.
been our so if you go to
Yeah.
purchase anything from Forston Consultants, there is a bump.
Yep. If you buy a 12 dozen donuts, now that bump to get the half dozen now is not $30.
Yeah.
It's now $21. And it's only that because you bought this. It's a bump up. So it just keeps people kind of buying and within your system. Because again, as long as you add in value and what you're selling or offering is of value, like you're doing them a favor, actually. Right? Because they're getting the discount. Your cart is just going higher and higher, though.
Correct.
So it's a win-win on both sides.
Yeah.
And also,
Okay.
one last thing on
Go
what
for it.
Cash Wallace said. He talked about lack of follow-up too. Cash Wallace, I can imagine you're very busy with what you do, and I don't even know what it is yet, right? In fact, put it in the chat, bro. What do you do? Are you in real estate? What kind of business do you have? But Shay said it. The money is in the follow-up. And if you're busy,
Yeah.
guess who can do that follow-up without you? This system, right? And a VA. Because the VA is going to get on the phone and follow up with people. It's something about that personal touch. Emails are great, texts are great, workflows are great. But every now and again, my assistant Jess, they're
She
gonna
pick
do
up that
both.
phone. She
They're
gonna
gonna
pick up that
call,
phone.
they're gonna text. And if we got an appointment, she gonna call and make sure you got the appointment. And
Yeah.
the day of, she gonna call and transfer you. Jess was off the last 2 days today, actually,
Yeah.
right? They made two days for Jess. So y'all pray for Jess' little kid. They had a little, a little cough that can't seem to go away and not feeling so well. So y'all pray for Jess's kids if y'all don't mind. But
Yeah.
yes, sir, those VAs are going to help you also with follow-up and not kind of lose track of what you're doing. And again, bro, you probably got a lot of different services.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna have everything in one place, hopefully. Shay,
Yeah,
back on
and
you.
another thing too, and for the young lady that had the group homes, prime example, if you're staffing your group homes, you can now create a portal for your staff that can be somewhere that they check for updates and information. You can create a community that's dedicated to your team of employees where you're educating them on new things, or if there's information that needs to be distributed while you're outside of the group home and you need to broadcast that message to everyone on your team. You can create that outside of like a text message thread or something like that, something that they would have to physically log into and make sure that they where they can identify that they've read it. You can add that as well. Also storing their documents, any continuing education credits that they may need. You can build all of that into that as well. So again, it's just building out what you need and how you need it. So let's jump on a call. Let's talk about it. Francesca, I see you in here. We need to do the same thing for you, Missy Pooh. Get you over to Digital Flow Solutions with your websites and everything, get you on that CRM side.
Yeah.
But
Even that church that contacted us about starting a call center,
Mhm.
guess what system and service we're going to give them? Digital Flow Solutions. Now, the VAs are a no-brainer. Of course, that's going to come from us in VA 101. But why not also tie them into this system so that everything is in one place? Everybody wants ease now.
Yeah.
People don't like a lot of frustration and mixing up, right? Everybody wants convenience. That's the word. People want it to be convenient now.
Quick, easy, and convenient.
And also for the person that asked in the back channel about the virtual assistants, we use VA 101. And as you guys see, we advertise everywhere we go.
Should have had a VA.
And on the back of this shirt is a QR code. So as I'm walking through the mall or through the store, people can literally scan the back of my shirt. That's advertising all in itself. That's another thing that we talk a lot about. She got hers on her shoulder. So if somebody walk up and like, what is that? You just turn to the back or turn to the side and let people scan it. So every business that we have, I'll take this little moment to just give a little business coaching. You guys should be walking billboards, right? I don't wear a lot of branded clothing. I mean, I don't have a lot of Gucci and Prada and Fendi and Polo. Mostly what I wear, guys, is something like Second Chance Housing, VA 101, or Forston Consultants. Out of about 7 or 8 businesses that we have, those are the 3 that are usually going to be promoted with something that I'm wearing. So always be a walking billboard. Like even when I go to church, and just because of where I sit at, which is almost the front row most Sundays, The back of my jacket says Second Chance Housing. Can you imagine how many conversations that sparks up
A
after
lot.
church? Most people think I'm a builder. Most people think I'm in real estate. Very few believe that we actually house the homeless and the displaced until we start talking. So it always starts a conversation. So no matter where you guys are going, even the thing that you're dreaming of doing, start wearing it. Call these things that are not as though they were. So before I ever had a housing program, I told people about second chance housing. Before VA 101 actually became a real thing, I told people about VA 101 and that I wanted a logo with earphones. I wanted the 101 to stand for Virtual Assistant 101, meaning how do you do this from the beginning? Explain it, Derek. Right? So that's why we kind of came up with that. But lucky for us and blessed of us, our virtual assistants run everything that we do. Right? 7 years ago, God and I built Second Chance Housing. We built it, we branded it. But 11 months ago, I gave it over to Jess. Jess lives 9,112 miles from my doorstep. I done it on Google Earth. From my door to where Jess lives in the Philippines is 9112. Guys, right now where Jess lives at, Jess is 13 hours ahead of me. That's the problem with most people. You can't fathom giving something over that you built with your sweat and tears. I used to be like that, but now today I learned that I want to be involved in so much. I can't spread myself but so thin. So the way that I'm able to multiply myself is to get other great people that think like us, work ethic like us, and affordable, that I can afford it. And that it's going to work on both sides, where they're going to be happy with their pay and I'm going to be happy with the pay.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a two-sided thing there. And again, guys, that's the cheat code to business, being able to scale and grow by leveraging something like systems and virtual assistants. I've been saying since the beginning of 2023, this year, I'm claiming it. I'm going to become a millionaire. And not because I'm so great. It's going to be because of systems. Well, actually, no, let me start from the beginning. The
First and
reason why I
foremost.
become a millionaire, first and foremost, because I'm going to keep God first. God above all things. Because if you keep God first, somehow everything else is just going to fall into place. Right after that, though, it's also going to be great coaching, software and systems, and virtual assistants. Because just like I tell you guys all the time, God made me more so a thought leader. I think of 1,000 ideas a minute and ways to do things, but I can't put most of them together. And thank God for these virtual assistants, because Shay, my wife, has got some beautiful hair, y'all, but she was about to pull it all out with all of my ideas. Shay, do this. Shay, do this. Shay, check this. I give the example all the time that I'm the guy that comes to Shay with that 1,000-piece puzzle. Say, Shay, what do you think about this, Shay? And I just dump the puzzle on the table, and it's in 1,000 pieces. Shay had to put that puzzle together. Now, don't get it twisted. Everything was there. All the ideas, kind of how we gonna do it, what it should look like, the color scheme, but it was in 1,000 pieces.
1,025.
It was useless until Shay touched it. Lord have mercy, thank God for a good wife. But I was smart as a husband, said, boy, Derek, you gonna wear Shay thin, bro. She needs some help. I need some help. So when we got one VA, then we got another one. Then we got another one. And I said, man, you know what? This VA thing is pretty cool.
He just kept adding them.
So I just started asking my VAs all of these questions about how do you do this and how you do this and how Tara looked at me and said, Derek, Mr. Derek, should we build you one? Do you want your own? I said, me? She says, Mr. Derek, we'll build you your own staffing agency. I said, huh?
Sure did.
She says,
He
Mr.
did.
Derek, think about it. We live in the Philippines. We know how it works. We can staff it. We can brand it. We can advertise it. We can do all the content. We can find the good talent. We can do the interviews. I was like, really? And that's when I knew how powerful VAs were, that they can start and brand and build a business without my help.
Yeah.
Because, see, I'm in the way. Remember, guys, I'm not very techie. There's a lot of techie things that go on the background of that business that I can't do. All of what Alex does, I can't do.
Don't even ask him to.
But when you reel in the right talent, because that's it. To me, you're just as smart. Because I find myself not so smart in the techie area, but I think I'm real smart because I understand business, that I can't do it. So I leverage somebody else that can.
Right.
And that's called a win-win situation.
It
So again, guys,
minimizes-
if y'all need or want a virtual assistant from VA 101, it's only $697, one-time fee, and then $5 an hour to employ that VA. We pay weekly. Some people choose to do the bi-weekly thing, but weekly is kind of the preferred. We also have an onboarding that's a part of that. There's coaching and curriculum and an ebook and a course that's a part of that, so that you know what you're doing. You also pick your own talent too. So from our pool of great talent, you pick your talent. My team is going to run the whole thing. You're going to interview that person, and then you pick the greatest talent out of the pool that we're going to present to you. And then you
100%.
take off running. And now you got your own employee. Again, not something, because I'll tell you right now, most of my team, if they were hired here in the US, they'd be 80 grand and plus.
Oh, easy.
$90,000 a year and plus in terms of what they do for us amongst our multiple businesses.
Yeah.
So guys, again, virtual assistants are the cheat code to life, and having digitalflowsolutions.net as a part of it to run it all also is the cheat code. My name is Derek Force, and I'll land my plane.
They're just gonna say, and I approve this message. So let me, I'm gonna be real messy real quick, and then we'll get back to business. So Derek's talking about my hair because he's like, this is the end of straight hair season. Okay, Angela, the curls will be back in about 3 weeks. I done had enough. So my regular curly
I
hair,
love it straight, but I understand the season, so it's back to curly season now.
it'll be curly season in about a week, about 2 to 3 weeks. So don't be surprised, y'all. Just so you know, no, it's not a wig or a hairpiece. It's just shade, wet her hair. But no, long story
Cash Water
short,
said, I need a VA or two.
correct. That's
Yes, you
exactly
do.
where I want to go. I was looking at what Cash said he what Cash does, and a lot of some of the things that we do, right? Shared living, real estate, wholesale, and private money lending. All of that stuff is
Oh, yeah.
is definitely necessary. And when you can build a virtual assistant into those entities, I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to give you a real Forston consultant client business coaching not strategy call,
Piece of
but a quick
advice.
piece of advice. Love that, Derek. Thank you. First things first, you need to look at the thing that is making the most, that is bringing you the most and highest return, first and foremost. That is the first thing you need to look at, and you need to look at the processes, the workflows, and what you're doing and how has it become so successful. Once you look at it from that perspective, you now need to see, okay, if I were to walk away tomorrow, how would it sustain? Right? What is implemented to make it consistent for your legacy? Like, what is the legacy plan behind that? Can somebody read did you write the vision, make it plain so that someone can read it and run with it? Have you created processes and workflows so that somebody else can just literally come in and learn the workflow or see the workflow, or have an ability to take that information and now continue to move forward with it? So that's the one thing I want you to do, is start one business at a time. Because if you try to start with all businesses, is going to drive you nuts.
We did it.
Our process, like with what we've done with moving all of our businesses over to Digital Flow Solutions, we started one business at a time. And as we worked on the one business that brought the most income in, that brought in, that had higher touch points and processes, we literally built that out. And now the things that are working well with that business, we're now integrating into the other businesses from the back end of the CRM. So the first thing I want you to do is look at the thing that makes you the most return on your investment. I want you to look at the processes and see, have you written the vision? Had you made it plain? Have you legacy planned? And can someone from your legacy come in and run it as if you were not there? And can they do it successfully? If you say no to all of those things, I want you to write down the things that you find that are hurdles. What are the obstacles to getting that that legacy plan or that process created for you? Is it lack of ideas, lack of time? And then if it's, or whatever, I want you to write those things down, schedule a business strategy call with myself and the team, so we can look at that and give you ideas on how, not with Digital Flow Solutions. It can be anything. It can even be, business consulting. I can be a strategy planner for you the same way I am for Derek and all of our businesses here, where we can look at it, start building out some things, and see how we can implement that either into your currently existing CRM, or if we can do that from the Digital Flow Solutions aspect. So that way, and then adding a VA, of course, we got to add a virtual assistant
That's the
into
cheat
that
code to it all.
to make sure that we're creating the processes effectively. like I tell people every time we have these lives, I did not realize when you not let me rephrase this. When you build a process, it looks great to you because you're not the one on the back end using the process.
Right. I agree
But
with
when
that.
you step away from being the one that the creator, woo woo, and you can walk away and look at the process, you
From the
can
user
now
side.
see from the user side where it's lacking consistency or where it's even lacking efficiency, right? Does your process take 50 clicks where it should take 2? You know, people get bored with the ongoing the clicks, right? You want to make sure that everything is so quick and responsive to your end user that that process is a joyful one for them. Okay, so in a digital world, that's what we're looking at. Um, Alex, do me a favor and put the link for a strategy call through FC because that'll be more of a business assessment and then we'll just combine them all for
Mhm.
for cash. But yeah, let's get on a call. Let's talk about it. Let's see where you can
Yeah.
really develop what you have and how, because it's ongoing. Cash, it's ongoing to all of you all, right? You don't just build a process once and it works for 7 years. You've got to look at that process. Our team, we revise our processes or we look at the process every 6 months, and then sometimes it may be once a quarter. It just depends on what happened in the process that triggered a moment between myself and Derek, or me and my team, or even my accountant, right? She may say, "Hey, you guys are allocating too much money to this. How can we bring that back? Like, what happened between last quarter and this quarter that it looks like this? What was the fluctuation?" And we can look at that and assess that and see, okay, is it a process issue? Is it a staffing issue or education issue? Like, these are the things that CEOs and pro- uh, uh, organization presidents and the C-suite gets paid for. That's why you don't see them in the day to day. You see them in the background because they're monitoring processes and the cycle of things. They're assessing it, they're revisiting it, and they're re-implementing it when necessary. So let's get on a call. I hope this information and that brief uh Cash's brief strategy call or session, it was an eye opener, ear opener to you all. And like I said, if you have questions for your business, whether you're here on Facebook, Instagram, I mean, not Instagram, Facebook, uh, YouTube, or X, and you do have questions, visit us at forstonconsultants.com
Yep.
and you can go ahead and book a strategy call with
He
Shay.
also said thank you. So
Absolutely. You are 100% welcome. This is what I
appreciate you
love
as
to
well, man.
do.
We love this. So appreciate you as well.
Cash, you won't believe it. This is what I did in corporate America. I had a different position. My role was not of this stature, but because I was so effective at calling out process issues, they added that one onto my plate too.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna love to see you get VAs cash
Yeah.
with all of what you do because, like Shay said, you named a lot of things that we do,
Mhm.
right? And even with the lending, right? That's one of the probably the final businesses that we have that we're finally, well, actually, it's moved over,
Yeah,
but we're
it's
actually
moved
going to put
over.
some of the workflows in it. And I just hired another VA yesterday, so that'll make our team back up to I think 7 or 8. I can't
Oh,
remember. I'm
I
losing
don't
count.
know.
But either way, I may interject her because I've already told her she's going to be a Swiss Army knife. She's coming in to help us with some marketing and YouTube ads. I've never done YouTube ads or Google ads. We're bringing that on this year. But her degree is actually in marketing.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited about that. But I'm also going to turn her over to our lending company as well. That's over at qualifiedcircle.com. So we also lend anywhere from $70,000 to $70 million. So if you guys need money to buy real estate, fix and flip, buy and hold, we do all of that in cash. The reason why I said that is that I also don't really run that business. So like right now, I have somebody that kind of looks at it and oversees it. But I'm going to have somebody that's always over it and actually advertising it more. Because I'll admit, we actually don't advertise that business the way we
We don't.
should. But once we fully get it into digital flow solutions, I'm not going to have to do it as much. I'm gonna automate a lot of stuff. And now with this new VA that I'm just now hiring who starts tomorrow, I'm gonna kind of throw her into it as well. And again, a lot of that stuff, bro, it's going to be just automated. Like even right now, if you go to qualifiedcircle.com right now and fill out that application, it automatically goes to where it needs to go. But I now want to get it to where it automatically goes to a certain amount of lenders who I'm dealing with. So let's just say somebody fills it out. I can automatically have that go to say like 5 different lenders that they can go ahead and check it out.
Correct.
Versus me doing that one at a time. Whether that's going to be a workflow or a zap that needs to be added, or again, Digital Flow Solutions can probably just do all of that in one. So I'm excited about that because again, that's one business that other than me verbally saying it on our lives, we don't advertise our lending company that much. That one's usually known just by word of mouth. I use it for family and friends and people that just know that we lend money in real estate. So I'll take this for 2 seconds right here to tell you. If you didn't know, Shay and I are also commercial lenders.
We are.
So again, if you need business loans, lines of credit for your existing business, or you want to buy real estate, we loan anywhere from 70 grand to $70 million. And we do that through qualifiedcircle.com. So Cash, thank you so much, man, because your questions spurred a lot of conversation. So we love that. So hopefully you saw the link that Alex put in the chat. And that's how you're going to set up that. Now, on my side, Alex, that's not clickable. But when he clicks on it, I'm going to assume he can click that hyperlink. Is that right, Alex?
Give me a second because I actually have.
And Joanne said send that lending information. So I'm going to type that in the chat as well.
It is clickable, Derek.
From okay, YouTube, perfect.
From the social media. Yeah.
So qualifiedcircle.com with no space, Joanne. Don't put no space in there. Yep, it's qualifiedcircle.com. So for all your lending needs, even that DSCR loan. So as most of you guys know, Shay and I keep telling y'all since what, June now?
We getting ready to close.
We getting ready to close. And guys, we are even one step closer. We actually got to clear the close on our side. But because this is a foreign transaction, we're still waiting on one signature from the lawyer in Bermuda, who's actually going to kind of facilitate it for the seller. So guys, we're clear to close actually. So I guess I would say congratulations.
Angela, we getting ready to close.
But essentially, guys, that's a fix and flip loan. So I'm gonna film the whole thing. You guys know it. So Cash, I hope you're going to be watching us. But that's going to be the first ILF that we actually own. So if you don't know it, guys, I say it all the time, but we don't own our ILFs. They're all rentals, right? The properties that I own, those have families and women and children and pregnant ladies and all of that stuff. The ILF model, guys, is only for the single adult male. No girlfriends, no boyfriends, no married couple, and no children. It's for the single individual from 18 years old to 119. So if you 120, you can't come to my place.
You know what?
But if you 119 and under, Angela, I got you.
You see how messy.
And we'll talk about that next week why I don't go to 120. But if you're 119 years old down to 18, you can come to Second Chance Housing.
Exactly. Angela talking about getting ready to close.
I'm getting ready to close. Hey, also, really quick, we always do this only for our YouTube viewers. If you're in this room and you say, well, Derek, you told me one VA is $697, but 2 VAs is $997. That sounds like a deal. Yes, it is. So if you want to go in together with somebody here to save you money, we don't mind that. Just send my team a message and say, hey, me and Peter are going in together. Send us individual invoices because we want to take advantage of the deal. Some people get the $997 just because it's a great deal, but then they'll defer the second VA to later.
Right.
So we give people up to 6 months to a year to defer that second VA. So again, if you guys want to go in together, we don't mind that. Or if you just want to absolutely purchase it just to get the deal and then get the second VA later, we also allow that as well. And that's at VA 101.
I'm laughing because look, Angela's sitting here tomorrow. Now, is that a bump? No, that's just a Derek. A Derek.
Yeah, we just kind of just
call that a Derek.
We're cool like that, right? So and again, only if you're on this YouTube. So if I get that request outside of here, that probably won't work. But if they tell me,
you find that out from
Derek, I saw the live, I was there, or Derek, I was on the replay, and me and my buddy, we want to go together and get it. No problem. We're very flexible at Forster Consultants.
That's good stuff, Cash. Cash said he wants Cash trying to do commercial.
I see that working towards
20 and 30 units. Come on, that's what I'm talking about.
Nice.
We gonna get this soon.
Did Cash say what area he was in? Because if he didn't, Cash, just put in the area. What city and state are you from? Actually, everybody do that. This is a networking room in itself. You just never know who got what you need.
Exactly.
So sometimes you just have to say it, right? So we do business in Orlando, Ocoee, Apopka, Georgia, and certain parts of Ohio. We love Warner Robins, Georgia. Love that. Love Macon, Georgia. We're not opposed to Atlanta, but we love Warner Robins and Macon, Georgia for sure. We also wholesale in those areas as well. By the way, if you guys didn't know, I didn't mention earlier, but I had a wholesale team completely ran by VAs. Cincinnati. Oh, perfect. So he's all kind of over there. Yeah.
Not far from Donico.
Donico's in Dayton.
Hey, Katara.
Hey, Katara.
I
Super late.
I heard Katara and Derek.
No problem, because me and Katara had a great call today for about 58 minutes long. So
hey, Katara, I need to talk to you too. We need to move your website over to digital.
We sure do.
Just saying.
Yep. Katara's family, y'all. She's anybody that you hear me call family, that's usually an ILF Mastery Blueprint member like Angela. That's somebody that's taken the coaching and they're in our back pocket and I'm in their back pocket.
So Alex, with that said, we need to get Katara and Gab, her virtual assistant, on a call. Let's try this week. We can see. I'm not going to take any calls tomorrow.
Any questions, guys, before we get ready to close it? This is normally about a 90-minute room, and 7:30 is the typical close time, but we're really good at answering questions. So any questions for Shay? Any business propositions that you're thinking about? They say, well, hey, can a VA work with that? Does Digital Flow Solutions does that? So we'll pause for a minute or two to see if anybody has anything.
I do have something to say. So
sure.
You hear us talk about the $697 and the pricing for the virtual assistant. What that is a sourcing fee that allows our team to run ads, run everything that they need over in their country to get that virtual assistant onboarded with us, right? That allows us to also make sure that we can do the follow-up, all of the preliminary things that you don't have to do in regards to the virtual assistant. Our team goes and vets that virtual assistant. They make sure that virtual assistant possesses all of the skill set that they say they possess. They also utilize that fee. That fee also includes, again, the background checks, the follow-up, and making sure that they had the jobs that they said they had, and they worked with the people that they said they worked with. So that is what you are paying for. Once you have paid that, once you've paid that initial fee, you then enter, guess what? Ding, 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 a workflow. Meaning that we've been talking about workflows, right? So our team has built out an amazing process, which is all automated for the most part. But then it's going to walk you through where we're at in the process. It's also going to send you notifications on, hey, or even information as we're going through the process and you're getting closer to onboarding your virtual assistant or interviewing your virtual assistant, of tips, some things that you will need to know, how to interview, questions that you should ask. Interviewing a virtual assistant looks completely different from interviewing someone here in the US. Questions look different. They're working remote, so you're going to ask different types of questions. So you'll be nurtured through the process.
Meaning, hold on, pause. Meaning, in the US, you can't ask the applicant, do you believe in Jesus Christ? How do you feel about prayer in the morning times? Guys, we ask all of that.
He's done it.
I mean, like, if you're going to work for us, I kind of want to know where your faith at. Alex, do you believe in Jesus Christ, bro?
Absolutely, yeah, I do.
Why
absolutely.
That, Alex?
I mean, we already know that. I just want to show the people you can't do that here. You're going to get in trouble. HR ain't going to get you. You can't do that.
I'll call HR on them tomorrow, Alex.
You can't ask the people here in the US, who lives in your house? Who's all using your computer? Do you have a safety code on your computer? Because I only want you using it. Right? Like all of that stuff, because we deal with sensitive information and right? I don't want Alex's computer all in different cities and states and everybody using it, and I only want Alex using that.
Yeah.
So we're allowed to ask that kind of stuff because, listen, as y'all as my customers or my family, as we call y'all, I want y'all to be safe as well. So my job is to make sure Alex is being safe so that y'all are safe. Exactly. Amen, somebody?
And your
all right.
I just want to finish up what that process looks like for VA 101. We ask that you give us 10 to 15 days. We do have some clients that have some very specific needs. Like prime example, right now, we are working with a very high profile individual that is looking for someone to edit and do some copywriting for some of their projects that they have coming on. And that is a very distinct category of virtual assistant, and they're they're hard to find. So, things like that do take a little bit longer. So we do keep you abreast of that. We keep you informed and well aware of, hey, this is what's going on. These are the candidates we had. We will inform you of why they did not meet the criteria if we do see that we're coming up with a number of individuals that are just not what we feel are appropriate to you. And our team may say, hey, listen, this is what we found. Do you want to give them an interview just to see? We don't fully think that they're 100% of an endorsable client to you, but we know it's taken some time. If you want to just interview and see, let us know. So our team is very vocal and very involved in the process. Then they're going to go and walk through an onboarding with you with all of the software and systems that you'll be using to monitor your VA, pay your VA. Amber is amazing. Amber will be meeting with you on a video call. And Amber is in the Philippines. Amber's going to explain to you the processes and all this good stuff. And Amber's new to the team, guys. And Amber has sprinkled her own sauce on the process.
Yeah.
How about
She's
that?
very techy.
Angela, she's
very
improved
techy. Our systems.
And she like it was mind blowing when I saw what was going on. I was like, wait a minute. So see, having virtual assistants modify processes. The initial virtual assistant that was with us grew with the business. But now that Amber's on board, Amber's seeing the automations, the integrations, the workflows, and now has created a better process to help bring one side of the automation to another side of the process, right? So amazing enough, like I said, our team's going to take you through that process of onboarding with all the softwares. Then our team will also bring you back to interview your potential virtual assistant. The goal is that they are with you throughout the whole process of that interview. They're going to meet with you first, so that you feel comfortable at ease. If you have any questions or don't really know how to navigate the virtual it's virtual assistant space and that interview process, our team will help you with that as well. So again, the goal is to make sure that you have a hard time making a decision, because we went out and we sourced some A1 talent,
cream of the crop,
and we made it so difficult for you that you needed 24 hours to make your decision. Boom. That's the process.
Yep. Good stuff. So
that's the process,
and I'm excited for it. And as you guys go through it, I still go through it, right? I like to play the customer side. So again, I interviewed a individual today who had no, watch this, here's a teacher moment. I interviewed a lady today, right? And the first interview was, I think, about 5 days ago
with me.
So it went last week. And I just said, hey, we're thinking about hiring for this and this and this. And I said, do you have any experience in that? She said, nope. So you don't know how to do that or that? Nope. I said, well, I believe in you so much, and I already kind of know your background and what you majored in college. Because that's the other cheat code to this, guys. All of our VAs, just about 98% of them have either a bachelor or a master's degree. So these ain't no dummies that we're sourcing for you all, right? College vetted. But back to the thing, right? He had no knowledge of what I really want, which is that whole YouTube, Google AdSense, all of that marketing and promotion stuff that we need as a company. Because right now, I'm telling my mindset in 2024, Derek, nobody knows you, bro. Nobody know you. Nobody know Forster Consultants. So how can we get the word out more? And we're literally doing that now through ads. So literally, she's going to be in control of that. We're already doing little like Instagram ads now. To me, that's baby stuff. That YouTube ads and that Google Sense, that's big boy stuff. And that's what she researched. And guess what she came with today? Because she knew the meeting was today at 9:30 this morning. She had a full-fledged PowerPoint and a breakdown of my YouTube channel showing what all we need to get it better, what we're not doing, what we need to be doing. And remember, no knowledge of how to run ads. No knowledge of how to do this, but all the information she gave us and what she gonna do, and she gonna do, and she gonna do, because I have no clue how to do it.
Yeah. A whole presentation,
but
Angela.
Guess what I'm gonna spend tonight doing though? Kind of flipping through YouTube and just seeing and taking notes and getting some ideas. But she ultimately is going to be a part of us being a millionaire this year, literally through our content.
So Derek, look at this. Now you've got Alex and Danish.
Yep.
You've now got like look at what you do when you start building and when you get that initial, and this, man, I hope Cash is here to hear this. This is what you're able to do, right? When you solidify business one, because now
Move on to
business
something
one
else.
is going to start doing its thing and it's going to be generating that income. You've already got a virtual assistant that kind of gets the whole the the purpose and the process that you want to move forward in. They now know how to work with you. Key point. They now know how to work with you, and they may say, "Hey, so you know what? This is down. We've got automations in play. Like,
Yep.
my listen, my to-do list is a little short now because you've added 17 automations over here and 65 over here. So hey, you can say, let's work on this now. We've built this and we've been
Remember that
successful
e-commerce
here.
business you said you wanted to build? How about we work on that now? It's
And
like,
that's literally what you do. And then what
yeah.
you do with that is, okay, where are you lacking? Where can we now add an additional virtual assistant that can help make this process better? And that's
Because Shay,
literally
I'm not sure if
all
you
we've
saw what
done.
his full-time job is. Did you see what he does for his daytime job?
I did not.
He's an aircraft mechanic.
Oh,
He
I
busy.
think I did. Oh,
He
Jesus.
busy.
Come on,
He need
aircraft
this.
mechanic. Make sure I'm flying these friendly
Hey,
skies safely.
I'm gonna do you a favor. I'm gonna do Cash a favor because he's new to us. I'm gonna do Miss G a favor. Is Miss G still here? I want to make sure Miss G here because she's new too. And I also want to do this for Rita. If Rita is still here, Miss G is here. I saw Cash already. If y'all two tell me that you're here, I'm gonna do y'all a quick favor. Just please answer that if you're still here.
Just say
Because
here.
I'm the person that love to give the visual of what Shay's talking about. Cash is here. Rita, you still here?
I'm getting ready to close.
And Miss G, please tell me y'all here. I'm gonna do it
being
anyway, but
messy.
I wanted them to be here because they're new. I'm gonna flash by this real fast. But this is what we're talking about. Meet our team. Cash,
gotta
we're always
edit
talking
this.
about who this team is and what these people do. I'm gonna give you a visual. Tara is my executive administrator. That means Tara's the boss.
And
I'm
that's
the
what I
only
call
one
her.
called Tara
I call her
sometimes.
boss.
We mostly call her boss, BOSS. Tara's over all of my other VAs. She's over all of my businesses, and she's over my personal and business schedule. Thank you, Miss G. I was hoping you was here. Tara runs everything we do. Tara is the only person that can make a decision if I'm in the bathroom and I can't answer that phone. If I'm on a plane and I'm out of order and can't answer the phone. If Shay is at a hair appointment or the nail salon, but a serious decision got to be made, Tara is the only one that can speak on our behalf. She's the executive. Tara built VA 101. Cash, this is what I'm talking about, buddy. While you at work, somebody running your stuff. Tara built VA 101 and has ideas and input on everything that we do. Everything gets ran by Tara. Jess is my other assistant in my right hand. Jess runs Second Chance Housing. 7 years ago, God and I built Second Chance Housing, but 11 months ago, I gave it to Jess. Jess answers the phone. Jess builds the relationships in the community. Jess sets up appointments with the commissioner, all of the government entities in my city, in my state. When I'm sitting in these important meetings with the COC and all of these social workers and case managers and hospital organizations, I don't pick up the phone and say, hey, y'all, I want to meet with y'all on Wednesday. Cash. Jess gonna call and say, good morning, may I speak to the CEO of, the COO of, the director of case management. Good morning, my name is Jess, and I represent Second Chance Housing. And I want to know when's the best date this week that our thought leader, Mr. Derek and Miss Shanya Shea Forston, can come to your office to talk about how we're going to take people from homeless to hopeful and how we're going to end homelessness together. They're available Wednesday at 10 o'clock. Does that work for you? Cash, when you got somebody else representing you, bro, with all this stuff you involved in, I'll admit it makes you look better, more important,
100%.
look better, and you present more professional.
My assistant will get back with you in a short moment.
Absolutely. And guys, I'm telling you, it's as big as what I just told you, and it's as small as this. Good morning. Is this Miss Jane? Perfect. Miss Jane, as you know, as usual, Derek and Shay want their normal 90-minute massage. Derek is going to take the masseuse named Michelle. Shay is going to take the lady named Shay. They'll be there Wednesday at 2 o'clock. And if 2 o'clock's not available, we'll take the 4 or the 5. They're booking our appointments. Oh, Watch this. Shay's birthday is about every other 2 months, and I don't do this.
You know
My
what?
VA is called
I'm so sick of
my
you.
VA is called the restaurant and say, good.
Alex, get
Ruth
your boy.
Chris, how can we help you? Good afternoon. I would like to make dinner reservations. For who, ma'am? For Mr. and Mrs. Forston. And by the way, it's Miss Shay's birthday. She'll be 31 years old today. Y'all, Shay is not no 31 years old, first of
You
all.
ain't
Let
gotta
me
tell
tell you
everybody
that.
my business now.
But guys, it's as big as setting up appointments with the commissioner in my city, and I'm being serious, y'all,
Yeah.
or as small as booking our birthday reservations, booking my flight arrangements, booking my Uber
Hotels and
hotel arrangements. Guys, we're not involved in a lot of that stuff now. So I tell people jokingly, Cash, I done got real spoiled. Miss G, these virtual assistants that I'm talking to you about, they literally run businesses for us. Mary, watch this. I'm gonna give y'all a nice story about Mary.
Yep.
Shay just talked about Amber, but Mary, along with Tara, built VA 101. We tell our whole team from day one, if you get an offer that is too good to resist, we can't match it, or it's a better opportunity for your family, you better take it. Just make sure you give us credit that if you learned the skill set with us.
exactly.
You ought to see the letter that she wrote us about the job that she got now because of the skill set she learned with us in digital flow solutions in VA 101.
And the powerful thing about it is the handoff. The
Yeah,
handoff
she
is tough.
trained
Yeah.
Amber. She didn't just up and quit. We got standards where we at, guys. So Mary, and because Amber is so much techier than Mary was, I'll admit, Tara said that she really didn't need the training. Amber was already creating workflows and new things that Mary do nothing about. And all y'all thought Mary was great. And I'll admit, it broke our heart.
It did.
Put a number 7 in the chat if you ever met Mary or talked to Mary, or Mary vetted
Lord.
your VA. That should be all of y'all.
Yes.
Everybody in here done talk to Mary. Somebody, at least 2 of y'all type in Mary was
Mary.
great, if it's true. That's what Mary does. April, guess where all of the social media content comes from, Miss G? Miss G, when we end tonight, I want you to go to Second Chance Housing. I want you to go to Forster Consultants.
Yeah.
I want you to hang around on YouTube. In other words, I want y'all to be nosy. Look at everything that we're doing. April is a big part of that.
She's
Me running my big mouth on this thing right here on this YouTube, and then somebody chopping it up to make shorts and reels and clips.
That's it.
Guys, I don't have time to do that. Neither do I know how. That's April. Jillian is the grant guru. Now, this may break Shay's heart, but that's why we had the interview today. And that's why I didn't refresh this, because I want to show you how it happens. Sometimes they leave. Jillian is a Juris Doctorate. If you don't know what that means, because I did it about 2 years ago, that means she's a lawyer. In the Philippines, guys, she is a Juris Doctorate, but have rather work for a nonprofit here in the U.S. at $5 an hour. Guess who got all of those Walmart grants for Shay? Guess who got the Whole Foods grant for Shay?
Jillian.
Guess who did all of that stuff and then training the new person who's finna take over?
Jillian.
That's what's in our systems already, y'all. They can't quit us and just not train the next guy. It's built into the contract that we'll give y'all. Does this make sense, everybody?
100%.
How we talk about this team all the time, and I forget that we got a whole PowerPoint for it.
But hold on, wait, go back to Jillian. Don't you run past Jillian that fast.
See, I
sir.
told y'all, Shay was
I'm
gonna
being my
get soft
feelings
about
now.
Jillian.
But what y'all don't understand is, again, this is when you get to see and you get excited about someone's growth, right? Jillian is amazing, and Jillian is now prepared. At first, when she first came to us, she didn't want no parts of taking the bar exam. She didn't. She was happy just being a virtual assistant. And we would always ask her questions. I would probe her with questions. What about this? What about that? You know, don't forget that somebody blessed you with the education. You said it was your vision. It was your dream. And Jillian called one morning and she says, I'm going to listen to what you said. It's a new year. She said, Miss Shay,
Shay encouraged her.
I believe that I can do it. And you help me believe in myself that I can get it done. I am going to start studying for the bar.
Yeah.
So Jillian left us so that she can prepare herself full time to prepare for the bar.
Yep.
How can I be mad at that, y'all?
How can you be mad at that?
How can I be mad at
Somebody
that?
put a hand clap. I see Angela. Can somebody put a hand clap emoji? Because I'll do it. And watch this. Watch this though, right? I learned just not even probably 5 days ago that there's a difference between a lawyer and an attorney. Did everybody else know that? Because I was lost on it. I
Yeah,
never
you
knew that.
made
Angela's
me
smart.
embarrassed
Angela
the other
probably
day.
been knew that. I'm probably about to embarrass myself. So I couldn't understand when Jillian was like, I'm a lawyer, but I ain't passed the bar. What does that mean?
Exactly
An
that.
attorney means that they can represent you in court. Or lawyer just means that they could actually just have the paperwork and got the degree. A lawyer cannot represent you in court, but an attorney can because they passed the bar. Does that make sense, everybody? Now, if you didn't know it, don't put no numbers in the chat. Don't raise your hand. Just shake your head and act like you knew the whole time. But I just learned that.
I think we all
An
embarrassed ourselves
attorney
the
can
other day.
represent you in court when something go wrong. That lawyer can't go to court. But they can still do consulting. They can give advice.
See,
they can be a lawyer.
Cash is with you. He said he didn't understand. Listen, we all look
Hey,
real
Cash,
stupid the other day, okay?
You family, not Cash. So just between me and you, bro, you already knew that. So outside of this YouTube channel, you knew this already. So tell all your friends tomorrow, you already knew that. Bro, I never knew that, bro. I just found out about 5 days ago. I was like, wow. So when Jillian said that, now it makes sense. Perfect sense. I'm moving along because I told you I was going to do this fast. Danish, how did you think, Miss G, that I could get the thought that I want a digital marketing company that's digitally going to help people's footprint on the internet? How dumb does that sound to a guy like me that is not techie? I can barely turn this computer on to get it to do this thing on this live. Somebody sets this up for me. Yeah. Alex or Shay has already got this thing so that when I come, they just say, Derek, sit down. And I start talking. I don't set any of this up. Danish is our web developer. He built this thing. He built the company. Alex built the website, and them two work together. He's our automation specialist and the workflow integration pro, which Alex is taking over a lot of that now.
Yeah.
Danish lives in Pakistan. I've never been to Pakistan.
Never been to
but
Nigeria.
I work with Danish every day. I've never been to Nigeria yet. But one day we're going to go visit Alex. And our first company retreat going to be in the Philippines. Hopefully this year, maybe. I'm speaking that. I want to go to the Philippines to have a big business retreat, treat my whole staff, put them in a 5-star hotel, all the food, drinks, and good time on me. Because from what I heard, they all love to sing and karaoke, and I do too, and so does Shay. Ooh. So we're going to have a great time, and they love food. In the Philippines, guys, they just like down south, like us, like family, friends, and food. We love it. But Danish allows us to have businesses because what's so powerful about him, not only did he help us build digital flow solutions, he's the integration behind every business we have in terms of how the website functions. Yep. Him and Alex.
Anything goes wrong, that's who we call. Anything we having issues with. If Alex isn't available, Danish is next. And like I said, it's all about.
And last but not least, right here, how you think that we get all of these customers that come into us? Alex is our lead generation guru. He's our strategist extraordinaire. So strategies and that whole digital flow solutions business, that's him and Shay. Y'all will never speak to me on a strategy call about digital flow solutions because I'm going to tell you what it can do and how great it can be. But putting it together to make it do it, that's Alex and Shay. I have nothing to do with that. And Shay really so busy with the business coaching side of it. She's not going to be doing the techie stuff. That's Alex. Shay's going to give you the game on the business verbiage, and she's going to give you the game on the business coaching. Yeah. Alex is going to put it all together in digital flow solutions. And then lucky for y'all, depending on what package you get, we're going to gift you, GIFT, gift you the virtual assistant.
Come on with it.
And Alex is also our live session assistant, which means anytime that we go live. If y'all need help on links, on buying stuff, on answering questions, Alex is going to help set this whole thing up. He's going to advertise it. Guys, before we go live, Alex sends this message to emails, text message people, campaigns, Telegram groups, private groups. Yep. This goes out to a lot of people to let them know, hey, Derek's online. So again, guys, without this team that we just showed y'all, this is impossible. Hannah was the first VA we ever hired. Hannah was numero uno one. In fact, that's her nickname. Hannah's nickname is called Genesis.
Yeah.
I nicknamed Hannah that about her 3rd week of work. I said, Hannah, your nickname is Genesis. She said, why, Mr. Derek? I said, because in the beginning, there was Hannah. You was the first one, and she thought that was so funny.
She did. She's
So
actually a preacher's kid. She's a PK.
Exactly, and that's kind of why
And
I
a
did
worship
that.
leader.
She's a
yeah.
PK and a worship leader, whether you know it or not. And Hannah's also very tall. So from this picture, you can't tell it. Hannah about 6 feet tall, y'all.
Stop it. She's not. Is she really that?
Hannah's tall.
She's
about 6 feet, right? But aside from that, her nickname is Genesis. And guess what Hannah does? Hannah works with a lot of my or our customers that say, Derek, I don't really want a VA like y'all got them. I just want a bunch of work done, and I want a VA to do it. So essentially, we still manage Hannah, but she works for several of our higher business partners and churches and restaurants.
Yeah.
She does all of their social media, some of the phone stuff, business branding, and creating products, menus.
Like prime
PDFs.
example, Derek, she's going to be working for my dad's restaurant in Bermuda.
Starting, I think, tomorrow.
We picked up, we're transitioning her to that account tomorrow.
Yeah.
Had a long call with my brother and his I'm gonna call his wife. I'm speaking into existence. That's my sister, y'all. I love that girl. But I'm telling you, she might be on here because I sent her the link. So, but again, Hannah is definitely what they need. I had a conversation with my brother and them last night, and we were talking about ways to keep things going while they were here over on the vacation, and after everything kind of transitioned with, our transition of losing Otis. I was doing their social media, right? Because it's a brand new business. It's my family. I said, you know what? I'll just do it. I'll do it. It's not going to take much. It's not going to take me much. I can just do it. But nobody posted. And my brother saw a significant difference on his web presence, not being there, in his finances. So he was like, hey, when I say he called me, I told Derek, I said, I already know something, either he needs something or something ain't right. And he said, something, we need to talk. And it was like the importance of the web presence. And he saw that even on a small island, it's still very present. Prime example, we did 2 posts yesterday and today, and they've reached over 2,000 plus accounts in less than like an hour and a half. Di had to go run to the store to take more supplies because they did a Taco Tuesday today. And they sold more tacos. My dad said, man, I feel like I'm a Mexican. I'm sitting here slinging tacos all day. Like, so my dad was texting me, and I'm like, you see what I'm saying? So social media and that web presence, this is why they need
people thought they were closed simply because they stopped posting just for a couple of days. So it just, I tell people all the time, man, I don't care what you say, man, social media is one of the hardest things it's hard to beat it. Because again, you can reach so many people with the touch of a button. Right? Like prime example, even right now at Forster Consultants, I got a post out right now where I'm literally just talking about what we do in terms of housing the homeless and the displaced. And I put $30 on it. $30 over 6 days, right? That's $5 a day. And I'm in the thousands in terms of numbers wise of people that have seen this post, and over like 60 or 70 people that have went to the website. Guys, I don't get that every day just because. But I also don't mind paying $30 for it. Can you imagine if I put 300 on it? So again, when people come in, it's like, guys, that's any business. Again, I don't care if you're a consultant or you sell fried chicken. Doesn't matter. If people don't know what you do, how would they know to come patronize your business? So whatever God has put on your heart, and I don't care who you are, God has put something on all y'all hearts. It's just that it could be different. It's just that a lot of people that do come to us, they want to house the homeless and the displaced, and we love that. But that's why every Tuesday, no matter what business you do, we want to give you the tools to be able to run it. So that's the virtual assistant from VA 101, and that's also Digital Flow Solutions, and that's digitalflowsolutions.net. And here's a random thought. Y'all about to see how my brain works. Alex and Shay, why not put the virtual assistant services also on digitalflowsolutions.net website, since they kind of go together anyway?
Be a crossover. Yeah, we can do
because if you remember, we're already offering the complimentary VA with the $297 package.
We can and we will, but it has to look a little different.
Okay.
I don't want it to do what it did initially with Forster Consultants. So
that was just a random thought. Alex, what's your thoughts on that, Alex?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. So we just need to strategize on the best way to implement that.
100%.
Yeah, because I would
100%.
love it that if people found digitalflowsolutions.net, that they also could see, oh wow, they do VAs too.
We
I
just
could
need to
probably
do,
verge the
yeah,
VA. You
and
know
it
what I
can be a
mean?
bridge. Honestly, we can look,
And that's how I think, guys.
build in, Alex. Let's get with Danish tomorrow, probably tomorrow afternoon, and we can probably bridge in a workflow that'll spin it over to VA 101 after whatever's done.
Yep.
We can probably figure that out.
And because we have Digital Flow Solutions, I just saw that Cash just set an appointment.
Yeah.
That's going to go to Alex and a lot of other back end stuff that y'all won't see, but we're going to take care of him. And again, nobody had to pick up the phone to see that. Nobody had to call anybody to say, yep, got it, Cash. No, it's booked from the automation.
I got him on.
And now on some date and some time, he's going to end up on a call with Shay and Alex. That could be your business. Again, no matter what you do. If you're a painter, landscaper, I'm speaking it now, but I would like to have a landscaping business. Do I mow grass? No. Can the VAs mow grass from the Philippines? No.
Angela?
But can I buy the equipment and find a crew to run it? Maybe. And if I advertise it just right through Digital Flow Solutions, why couldn't this work?
Hey, where's my white flag?
See how my mind think, Angela? Because as soon as the cold weather go away, everybody starts cutting grass again. Why can't I have one? That's how my mind works, y'all. Anyway, that'll be the first business that I'll actually employ kind of like people here. But I always kind of wanted a landscaping business.
Hold that thought though.
And a detailing business.
But Derek, it ties into what we do. Because now we can employ our clients.
We kind of do that already, Shay.
But
why Shay laughing at me, y'all? We do this already. So if any of you have seen the cul-de-sac where we have the ILF set, guys, I don't mow that grass. I have a crew of my clients who I house that mow the grass, and they're on payroll. So Shay was laughing at me, but we kind of already do this.
Derek is trying to go large scale. Like
I
Derek
just want
will
to intensify.
Listen, y'all, Derek will have every house in our community being mowed by our
every
company.
4 days.
Like Derek is wild, y'all.
But anyway, thank y'all so much, man, for joining us tonight. We super appreciate it. We hope that you guys found some kind of value because again, every time we come together, there's usually two goals that we have. The first goal is to give you a lot of information and expand your mind on what could be. Goal number two is to give you an opportunity to be a part of it. So that's why we offered y'all Digital Flow Solutions and a website for $97.
Yeah.
That's why we offered you a virtual assistant for a one-time fee at $697. Right? So guys, put a thumbs up or a heart in the chat if you enjoyed the information tonight. Again, my name is Derek Forston. I hope y'all super enjoyed it. I approve this entire message. And again, the next time that we're live is Saturday. Saturday at 10 a.m. is when we teach people how to do what we do in terms of housing the homeless or the displaced. But you don't need the real estate. You don't have to buy your house. You don't have to rent or lease one. We teach you how to build relationships and become a housing referral agency. And that don't really take anything, right? Other than effort. Now, we do have the HRA Business in a Box. So we want you to check that out to where we give you a virtual assistant, the SOPs, the course, and all of that of how to do it. But again, essentially, most people that we teach that HRA to, they try it immediately and do it just for themselves before they turn it into an actual business. So join us 10 a.m. Saturday. That's the next time that we'll go live. That's Eastern. And again, Saturday, we're going to teach you how to house the homeless or the displaced to where it doesn't require that you actually own or rent property. Thank y'all so much. My name is Derek Forst, and I approve this message. Miss Shay, close us out of here, baby.
You all know Kai and Di are watching, so I got in trouble. Okay, now I'm just joking.
Big shout out to Kai and Di.
Listen, it has been a great evening. For everybody that is here, thank you for joining us on Facebook, on X, on YouTube, and every other platform that will see this in the restream and everything else. Thank you to Angela. Thank you to Cash brought them questions today, and that just. I love it when we have a business owner, an entrepreneur that is looking to evolve and expand their business. I'm looking forward to that call. What we can possibly do is depending on how that call goes and what's the outcome. We'll have Cash join us on the stage so he can talk about his experience and share with you all.
Yep. To tell y'all how we treated him. Like
if I was a dud or if I was,
Our goal is to blow his mind.
Yeah.
But if not, he gonna come back and tell you, because that's what we're also transparent about. So I
Exactly.
look forward to that, Shay.
Yeah. So
Him giving
again,
a live
yeah,
review on that.
100%. So again, guys, it's been good. We are completely over time.
Also, guys, if you haven't by now, Kai and Di, make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, share it, right? The algorithm is telling us that we need to share the room more and get more likes and more hearts. So every time you guys do the thumbs up or a heart or a like, that helps the algorithm for more people to find us. So maybe, Miss G, that's how you found us tonight, because so many people are sharing our information that we're popping up a lot more than usual. And I'll admit, Clubhouse was a big thing for us. If you've never heard of Clubhouse, but now since transitioning to YouTube, I think it's way better, and people are also able to see exactly what we do. So again, thank y'all so much. And Shay, I'm gonna give it back to you if you got anything else. If not, close us out.
All right.
And
So
we'll see them Saturday.
we will see you on Saturday. Angela, stop. We getting ready to close, y'all.
Getting ready to close. If you know nothing about that, every Southern preacher in the world always say that, well, I'm getting ready to close. And they
Give
go
me
on
two
for
more
another
minutes.
30
Give me
minutes.
2 more minutes. And 30 minutes later.
2 more minutes. I'm about to make this last point. Yeah, man, dog, man, we here for 45 more minutes. Let's go. I grew up in that kind of setting. So
Listen, that was Derek's clubhouse name. I'm getting ready to close. Because
yeah,
Derek used to.
that's when we had the 4-hour rooms, though, Shay.
Ooh,
Not the 90 minutes. So I don't know if Angela was around us then when we had the 4 and 5 hour rooms. But guys, we used to go for 3 and 4 and sometimes up to 6 hours, guys, in one setting. And my team quickly pulled us away from that because I was losing my voice.
Because we got
and we was missing out on speaking engagements. So now that I'm supposed to go somewhere actually speak where they paid me to go, I can't talk in the South like this. So that Angela Shay was like, we can't do that. So they quickly stopped that. So that's why now, guys, the rooms are 90 minutes. And trust me, y'all, if they let me, I'll go for hours. I love
today
this.
is not 90 minutes.
And usually Mondays and Saturdays is when I really get loose and show out, because that's kind of my favorite. The techie stuff is kind of what Shay them is just really good at. Shay and Alex and Danish and Tara, that's kind of what they do, and they love it. Me, I just know what this system can do. I've heard of the great things it does, and I can see it. But putting it together and strategizing you to be a part of it, I'll admit, that's not my cup of tea. That's Shay's game.
I'm getting ready to close.
And see, again, I went in another rant. So I'm going to turn my camera off. Y'all be good. God bless y'all. Hey, we usually pray before we go, too. So I'm going to let Shay pray us out of here, and we're going to get out of here, y'all.
Angela on the stage. Sorry, Alex. Alex is probably saying, man, these people, wow, who do I work for?
Rita says she's super interested in the HRA. Hey, Rita, do yourself a favor tonight, too. We have a 14-minute webinar at forsterconsultants.com that breaks the HRA down. And Rita, as soon as you watch it, I'm going to expect for you to send me a client by next Friday. That's how fast this can work, Rita. So again, at forsterconsultants.com. And Alex, if you can put the HRA business in the box in the chat as well. But at forsterconsultants.com, under the tab that says webinars, there's 2 of them, the HRA and one's the ILF. The HRA is only 14 minutes long, and I'm getting ready to close, y'all. That's my last point. Hey, Ashley gonna get me if I leave. See, Ashley being funny. I ain't gonna say a word. Hey, and just so that you know it, Miss Rita, Angela goes to the church too. So Angela meet Rita, Rita meet Angela. But I'm getting out of here because if I don't, Angela gonna pick at me. So I'm going.
Listen, he gonna make me sweat out my little press.
I'm going.
My little press.
I'm going, y'all.
Anyway, y'all, it has been an amazing night. I can't wait to see some of y'all in these strategy calls and these business analysis reviews. And again, I am excited to welcome you on board and welcome you to the family, Katara. I'm getting ready to close for real. We will be scheduling some meetings with you all. Again, don't wait to be great. Thank you for joining Force & Consultants, Digital Flow Solutions, VA 101, and all the other businesses we have. I done lost count. But anyway, to all of our entrepreneurs, again, don't be weary and well doing. Always remember to plan and prepare. Your business is only going to be as successful as you allot the time to make it a success. And with that said, let's call it a night. Let's pray. Father, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for this opportunity that we have, Lord Father God, to come on this platform and to just uplift other like-minded entrepreneurs, Lord Father God, and show them opportunities and ideas that you have given us. to expand our businesses and to expand our reach, Lord, not just for our own selfish gain, but to advance the kingdom. So, Father, right now, I pray for every entrepreneur, every person that is aspiring to be an entrepreneur under the sound of my voice, Lord, Father God, that you would give them wisdom, ideas, Lord, Father God. Let them dream dreams and have visions, and let them ultimately not forget to write the vision and make it plain, not just so they can read it and run with it, but for those in their legacy, their lineage to do the same.
Amen.
So, Father, right now, I thank you for every door that you are opening over businesses. I thank you for a hedge of protection around each and every person, Lord Father God, their families, their household, and everything pertaining to them. And Father, we be sure to give you all the glory, honor, and praise. And Father, as their businesses begin to flourish and grow, Father, let them acknowledge you in it all first and foremost. And Father, we just thank you for, again, allowing us this opportunity to give this information so freely, but ultimately direct and point back to who you are. And that is the great provider of it all. Without you, Lord, we don't have the wisdom, we don't have the knowledge or the understanding. So we thank you for this ability and for being chosen by you to have this prestigious place. So, Father, thank you. We praise you, we honor you. And Father, now we close out with our final prayer. Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly
Exceedingly,
abundantly
abundantly, above
above
all
all we can ever think or imagine, according to his power that
that
works
worketh
in
in
us.
us.
Amen. Have a great night, and we will see you all here Saturday at no, not 6 p.m. at 10 a.m. Eastern.